Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we have a little bit different sort of video because we're going to take a break from the reloading, the load workup, and we're going to get out on the range. To be specific, the 600 yard range. All the way out there. Now you can probably hear it is starting to rain. That's perfectly okay. We are under this nice shelter and my chronograph's not set up. I don't have target cameras down there. I'm going to be showing you the targets down range with this, my spotting scope, which is going to basically act as a long lens. I'll put my camera in this adapter, which I got for like 15 bucks on eBay, and we'll see if we can get some hits down range. First off, I'm going to run through what might be a typical PRS stage, and I'm just going to start real simple at 300 yards. Let me see if I can show you where that target is with this camera. I probably can. Let's see here. There they are. Even this target will pick it up. Even this camera will pick them up pretty well. Oh, actually a lot better than I thought. So, there's 200 yards, 300, 400, 500, 600. And then those ones on the very back row there are 625. We'll get out there eventually, and probably even just a little bit farther than that. There are also some targets kind of in the wood line over there. Yeah, there you can see them. Man, the rain's really coming down now. I should probably close my truck windows. Alright, so this is going to make things different for sure. I am really glad to get some practice in the rain. It's probably just going to be a little bit embarrassing because you guys aren't going to see me polished. Loaded up, we have our 123 grain AMAX load, shooting at 2,400 feet per second. I did just double check the speed of this on the chronograph earlier at the 100 yard range. Let me show you our target we're looking at down there. Alright, so our target is 300 yards, and it's going to be just a little bit hard to see, but you guys should be able to see it pretty well. What we're going to do for this first round, let's make it easy on me. We're going to shoot the man-sized target and then the larger square. We're going to put one impact on each target from each different position. I'm going to start out shooting from the top here, then transition into this opening, and then I'll shoot off the top of here. Yeah, we'll just do 6 shots for this round in those 3 positions and see how we do. I am dialed up 5.1-ish MOA from our initial 0. Let's give it a run, see if I can hit anything. It is going to be just a little bit harder because I don't have a spotter calling impacts, but I should be able to hear them pretty well. Hopefully you can hear those on video. Alright, 6 shots, 6 hits. Not too shabby. Unloaded, show cleared. I am borrowing this bag from the gun club, and I really need to get one of my own because they are super handy. If I had not been able to borrow a bag of any sort for my last match, I was just stuck shooting with my bench bags, which are kind of insufficient as they are. I wouldn't have done anywhere near as well as I did. Alright, so that was 300 yards. Let's switch things up a little bit and add a distance change in there. I'm going to go to 400 yard targets and the 500 yard target. I'm going to try to get both of those in spotting scope focus for you guys to see. I'll do the full man-sized target at 400, then move to 500 and switch back. So what I'll do is set my reticle for 400 yards, and then I'll do a holdover for 500 yards. Let's see how that goes. All right. I've got 4 rounds loaded up. I'm not going to take any more than 4 shots for this round. Hopefully you can see the 400 and 500 yard targets there, and I'm just going to go up the big man charge one. I'm not going to try to go for any super small targets this round. I am set at 8.5 MOA on my reticle. Then for the 500-yard target, I'll come up 2 MOA and just hold 2 MOA with my reticle, and that should get us pretty well on. I do have my scope set to 18 power, since this is a second focal plane scope, and 18 power is where the manufacturer is where Vortex has this scope calibrated for. That's what I've got the scope set on. I could turn it down to 9 power and make my increments 4 MOA, but 18 power works pretty well, and I don't seem to lose stuff through the scope too easily. So let me make sure our target camera is in focus, and then we'll get shooting. All right, I think that's about the best view we're gonna get. I don't have anybody here with a timer to holler at me and make things beat, but we'll just say go. Oh, I missed on that first shot. Was not expecting that. Okay, there's a hit at 500. Let's go back to 4. And 5. Okay, made my last three hits anyway. It's crazy how long it takes the bullet to get there. You don't want to wait until you hear your bullet impact to move on to that next target, because that just slows things way down. That was a fun little round. Let me try doing one with maybe a couple position changes in it. All right, I'm going to throw in a little bit of an unknown distance problem here. This little square you're looking at through the scope, I do not know the distance to it. That's going to make it kind of tough to hit. All I know is that I think it's between the 400 and 500 yard berm. I can't tell exactly. It's kind of off in the tree line over to this side. I think it's between 400 and 500 yards. I've got my scope set to 475 at 11.5 MOA. I'm going to have to wait to move positions until I call my hit. So what I'm going to do is go prone on this side. I'll fire my 2 shots regardless of hit or miss. Then I'll jump up to the top of this and shoot from here. This is really tricky because it rolls, and it rolls very easily. So we're going to see if I can figure out the distance, figure out the hold on a small target, and make the hit. I don't know. We'll see. It'll be interesting to see whether this bag ends up helping me out or not. I wanted to come out here and practice today, but I figured as long as I'm practicing, I might as well show you guys how I'm practicing. Not that I'm an expert on this or anything. I've only done it a couple of times. Let me put my bag down here, see if that'll give me a little bit of padding on my knees. Yeah, that's much better. The other trick to this is going to be finding it, there it is, back in the brush, because you can't see it with the naked eye from here. Level out my legs. I'm going to give myself just a little bit of a break, and I'll start from the prone so I don't have to drop down on this first one. And we'll go. That was a miss. And that was a miss. Oh, Oh, missing all over the place. Uh-oh, where'd you go? There you are. All right, hit that one holding bottom edge. All right, hit that one. I'm gonna try that. Couldn't tell if that was a hit or a miss. Have to watch it on the replay. Well, that shot felt good and it clean missed. All right, so you can see that was a lot harder because I didn't know the exact difference, and the Grendel, the drop of the Grendel is enough to really make a difference at that range. Well, I'll give my barrel a second to cool down, and we'll regroup and try a different exercise. Starting to get just a little bit brighter out here. I know you guys want to see me shoot the farthest I possibly can, and I'm going to shoot near that. I can get back to 705 yards at this range, but I have to lay in the grass to do that. And since it's been raining, I can't do that. I can get to 625 from the covered shelter here, so that's what I'm going to do. That row of targets that I showed you at the very beginning of the video, clear out there. There's 5 of them in a row. I'm going to do kind of a practice of what's called a KYL stage, or a know your limits. And usually targets would be going from largest to smallest, and you would have to shoot them in order and stop when you didn't feel like you could hit anymore. Otherwise you lose all your points if you miss. These targets are not really arranged like that. They're just kind of random sizes out there, though they do get kind of smaller on the end. And I'm probably not going to stop shooting. I'm just going to go through all of them. So, and see if I can make some hits here. Keep in mind, you guys are looking at that target through a 60x magnification spotting scope. Plus a little bit of zoom from the phone that's attached to it. And I'm looking at it under 18 power. I could turn it up to 24, but there's no reason to. It's actually good enough that I can line up on it from here. Alright, let's see. Oh, I was just low. Alright, let me come up one MOA. Oh, you know, there is a little bit of a breeze that I forgot to account for. Let's hold left edge. Oh, wow. Alright, I need to come up 2 MOA more. Alright, so obviously I didn't have a good number dialed in. I needed to come up 2 MOA more, and it took me all 5 shots to figure that out. So, let's run this again. In an actual KYL match, I would have been out after that first shot. I would have scored 0 points for the round, but I would have scored exactly the same as somebody who hit the first 4 targets and missed the 5th. So, it's one of those stages where some people can pick up an advantage because they know when to stop, and some people can pick up an advantage because they really can hit all the targets. Typically that last target is going to be about 1 to 1.5 MOA. So, alright, let me try to shoot this again now that I've dialed in another 2 MOA of correction, and now we'll see if I can hit them. just over his shoulder. Okay, I did give myself a 6 shot, so. There, we got a hit. The audio is not mistimed. It is actually taking the sound that long to get back to the microphone. All right, let's see about that second little square there. Oh yeah. Okay, that one in the center is tiny. But we rocked it anyway. Oh, that was a miss. Let's go for that diamond on the end with our last shot. All right. Okay, that is super fun to do. And just because it is super fun, let me load up another 6 shots and I'll shoot those again at 625. All right. Okay, we'll go for the 2 on the end. Yeah. Oh, I think I went right over the top of it. That is fun, but extremely hard. All right, so I'm getting just a little bit wet doing this, but that's okay. You know what they say about what happens when it ain't raining. What I'm gonna do is shoot 8 rounds. We're looking at the 500-yard target, which I'm actually 25 yards behind the shooting house, and I'm also above it. So this is uphill. Because it's still raining a little bit, the camera, you, are back in under the roof and looking up at me. Anyway, what we're gonna do is shoot from 4 positions, go from the top, down a level, and then we'll shoot off the very edge of it right here and see if we can make anything happen that way. So we'll have 4 different shooting positions, 2 shots each. I'll shoot for the man-sized target, and then for the square on the left-hand side. I think I have my scope on. I'm actually just going on memory and setting it at 13.5 MOA for 525 yards. I hope that's right. We'll see. Hopefully my first shot on the target will let me know. Let's start. All right. I gotta stop waiting till I get confirmation. Oh, I missed low on that last shot. That is a ton of fun. In fact, I've got ammo left, so I might as well do it again. Maybe at 625 yards. All right, we are shooting those tiny targets on the back row. I should really get in the habit of, each time I transition, putting the rifle on safe and saying safe, because that's actually the match rules for semi-auto. So I'm going to try to do that this time. If I miss, which is entirely possible, on the first shot at my most steady position at this target, and this is actually 650 yards because I'm back 25 yards and those are forwards 25 yards of that 600 yard target. So we're at 650 yards here shooting those itty bitty targets. It might be just barely past what my accuracy can do right now with this load, but we're gonna see. All right, let's try this. I'm just gonna take it slow, not go super fast. I'm gonna take two shots, I forgot to say, I'm gonna take 2 shots at that first target there for each level I'm at. Oh, I saw where my miss was though. Safe. Man, safe. Not sure where these shots are going. Oh, I shot over it. Dang it. Whoops, safe. I keep forgetting that. I should practice with it every single time. Okay, let's see if I can finally get a hit here. There we go. Ah, just off the edge. Well, that was a pathetic run, but that's about where my skill level is right now at that super far distance. Let's see what ammo we have left, because if you hadn't noticed, I'm having a hard time stopping shooting. This will be fun, and it really will be my last round of shooting because I only have 4 rounds of ammo left after this. So I'm going to take just a second, take a break, let my heart rate slow down from running up this hill. We're going to shoot 625 yards this time, which is on that 600 yard berm. Those 2 man-sized targets, we're going to transition between the 2 for each step down. If it were a little drier, I'd poke the gun barrel out these holes here and actually go prone on the last round, but it's a little wet for that. A little muddy back behind here. Okay, these targets should be significantly easier to hit as they are much bigger, but I'm still going to take my time and do my best. Let's run this round, and maybe I'll put a timer up on the screen here. See how quick I can do it in and maybe clear it. I'm going to try to stay safe in between each round so that I don't break any of the rules and get DQ'd. Okay, rifle on there to start with. Oh, there's poison ivy right at my ankle here. Rifle at the start and go. Safe. You can tell I'm doing that too late. Safe. Safe. I know I hit that last shot, but I'm going to have to watch the replay to see if I hit those others, because I squeezed the trigger on the next shot before I heard the report from the last one. And I think I probably covered up a couple of impacts to my ears. I hope. All right, well, guys, this has been a ton of fun. I burned up a ton of ammo today, probably 70-ish rounds of 6.5 Grendel. You can see now why I reload. I would not be able to afford this if I didn't reload. And it's still even a little bit expensive as it is. All right, y'all, we'll do this. We'll do more of this in the future. Hopefully I'll get an actual PRS match at this range. In any case, thanks for watching and have a good one.